Today, we are going to be working on the historical timeline of what's going on in your book. Please click here and then go to the slide. It should look like this. I'm going to give you an example based off of Touching Spirit Bear. You'll notice that it's in chronological order, so that means it starts at the lowest date and then increases. I talked about the history of justice circles because that was a huge part of the book. So I talked about the very beginning with various Native American tribes employing circle justice traditions. And then I talked about Larry Olson using it in BYU for failing students. I talked about the first victim offender reconciliation program in Canada. And I talked about the first formal circle sentencing programming in the United States. All of these things are helpful to understand what circle justice is, what restorative justice is, and it's important to understand this because this is a viable option in many cases when it comes to the law. When you are doing your own research today, remember to be respectful and kind. Many of the topics that you're going to be researching may not have impacted your life, but they have many others. So please make sure that you are treating them with the respect that they deserve because differences do not allow room for bullying. This is supposed to be an empathetic unit where we are learning from others, not giving you an excuse to be rude. When you're creating your timeline, here are a couple of tips to help you know what to put in there. Think about the history of the location and where your character is and how that might have created the story for your characters. Think about the big issues that are related to your book. Is there a war going on? Or is there a bad government? Are there unfair laws going on? What's happening to create the story for your characters? I Am Malala and They Called Us Enemy are biographies. You could talk about whether your author got awards for providing awareness to their topic. When did they get those awards? Also, in I Am Malala and They Called Us Enemy, what was happening in their setting? Was it war, laws, prejudice? Did those things change after they wrote these books because the authors provided awareness? Did they create a change from this book? Outcast United is a true story. What war was happening to cause the refugee camps? What caused the war? Are there laws about refugee camps to keep people safe? Are there still refugee camps? What happened to the people that were playing soccer? Were they successful? Did they win? Did they lose? How did that help? Black Brother was written to draw attention to racism in schools. What are civil rights movements that led to racism decreasing? Are there recent events of racism that led to the author writing this book? All of these things that you are looking for your individual book help us understand the story better because we understand the history of what is going on behind it. So make sure that you are including the dates so that it's accurate and that it's chronological and they are relevant to your story. Everybody should have enough research to fill out all 8 boxes of historical things that were happening either before this book or that happened after because this book was written. If you have any questions, please reach out and let me know.